And welcome back to another week in another car. I'm Gaston Rossato. This is season 5, episode 12.
And I'm Renzo Rossato, and today we're looking at the 2009 Land Rover Defender 90 SVX.
And what is SVX? Well, you're gonna have to stick around to find out. It's probably one of the most rare Defenders you've ever seen, and we have reason to believe it's probably the only one in the United States. But before we get started, don't you forget to
hit that subscribe button. This is a very rare car. In fact, let's kick it off with the drive.
do it.
I'm not going down.
All right, Renzo, you know I'm excited when my shirt matches the car, okay? This is our third Defender on the channel.
Yes, it is.
You know, we're advocates of like really showing as many different kind of cars possible on this channel. Why a third Defender, you might ask? Well, it's really a special car. You know, like again, we've had a few of these in inventory. We've had the North American spec car, which are very few and far between.
Yeah.
We've had resto modded cars, but we never had one like this before. And normally I sit pretty high in a Defender. That's my biggest issue in any car, is my roof, my head hitting the ceiling. Typically the Defender sits so high, it feels like you're kind of floating out of this window. This car sits really low. And I don't know if it's because of these factory Recaro bucket seats that give you that sportier feel. I'm not sure, but I like the way I fit in this car better than any other Defender I've ever sat in.
Yeah. These Recaro seats are very comfortable, and they look
the part.
They look great.
Yeah. Who would have thought, a seat like this
would
have made sense?
Yeah.
But these are factory seats, and you're asking yourself why? Well, this car is a 2009. It's a late model Defender. And that comes with a lot of great features, not just the bucket seats.
Yeah.
Because like you said, we have power windows, we have power steering, we have ABS brakes, okay? Things that we're not used to in a Defender here in the US. It is a diesel engine, which we'll talk about in the walk around.
Yes, it is.
And it is a turbo diesel. So you do get that push, that boost in there.
Yeah.
At a certain RPM.
All right, Gaston, so I think we found the perfect location to do our walk-arounds, for this.
It's as rural as we can get here in Miami, folks. We're trying to do the best for you. Please bear with us.
So the SVX Defender was a car model years 08 and 09. So what's so important about those years?
Yeah, that was the 60th anniversary for Land Rover, and this model was meant to commemorate the 60th anniversary, of course, which we can see throughout the car on both front doors and on the hood. Very discreetly, you have a 60 right here. Hopefully you can capture that. It's kind of faded out, but it's there. The car has a lot of unique features that are only found on this car.
And right away you'll notice the front grille, right? You had the upgraded front grille with different headlights than you were used to seeing. And moving along, you gotta love the wheels where one of the spokes has Defender in a darker gray. Just makes it a little more special.
It's all detail, lots of detail. This is a wagon, of course. It's the 90, meaning short wheelbase, versus the 110. Only a few hundred cars ever built, most of them being UK cars.
Right.
This one's left-hand drive, thankfully, making it very purposeful here in the United States, although it was never a US market car, which what makes it very unique here today, because that's why we think it's the only one in the US. It is believed, based on all the sources that we can find, only 60 short wheelbase wagon models were produced, which makes sense. It's a 60th anniversary car.
And to our viewers, if you know of another one in the States, let us know about it, or if you know more about the production number, because what he said, 60 is what we found, that the amount that were made for the 90.
Yeah, 60, and then Much of those were right-hand drive, so how much of those are actually left-hand drive, we don't know that exact number, but that's what we like about this car, the exclusivity of it. We have it available for you guys. It's for sale. You can find the ad link down below. What is this car worth? We'll talk a little bit more about that in the closing.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I think you should probably now drive this car.
So before we head back to the barn, I wanted to show you some of the cool features that come with the 60th anniversary Defender. One of the first things you'll notice when you get in the car is the upgraded dashboard and these cool aluminum shift knobs for the gears and the transfer case. And like we mentioned earlier, these beautiful bucket seats from Recaro, custom made for a Land Rover. Let's head back to the barn. All right, we're back at the barn, safe and sound. There's always a good feeling. You may have noticed we're backing in there. It's not a burnt reverse light. It only has one there. And yes, those are LED lights that are factory for the car.
Another very unique feature in this car. It has tons of them. There's no doubt the Defender is a statement. You can go to dinner, you can cruise around town, you can go off-roading. A true utility vehicle.
Yeah.
I love it. Now for us, there's a big challenge here. We had talked about earlier, what is the price on this car? And we're gonna have you click the link down below and tell us what you feel. Is it undervalued? Is it overvalued? Or is it right on the money? The one thing I do know is that the market ultimately will tell us. It's really hard because there is no comps.
That's true, there is no comp. So let's touch base a little bit on the engine, right? This is a 5-cylinder, 2.4 liter turbo diesel by Ford Duratorque. So it's actually a Ford produced engine, which is really cool. And you feel that torque when you're in that second gear, third gear, and you're pulling on it.
And
it's
really
surprising.
And I love that it has that 6th gear when you're on the highway like we did earlier today.
Very true.
Yeah, but we gotta be careful with that diesel. I did go fuel up and I almost put fuel in it, so we're not used to it here in the United States.
Pretty bad mistake
Yeah.
there.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up, and we wanna thank you for watching. Please, before we go, just hit that subscribe button. You know we're so close to 10,000, and it would mean the world for us to get there.
We appreciate you guys watching as always. See you guys next week. I'm Renzo Rossato.
And I'm Gaston Rossato.
Peace out.